Hello and welcome. Today I will be sharing with you 7 tips to save up your candles in sky. These tips have worked for me very well and I really do recommend them. You don't have to follow these to a T to save up perfectly and efficiently, but I do recommend that you at least try them out and see how they work. This video is mostly recommended to new players, but I do think that even experienced players can learn something new from it. We do learn from each other every day and we grow from that, so I hope that my video will help you get a new perspective and some new tips and some new knowledge under your belt on how to save up your candles and keep yourself motivated to do so. My first tip is to set your goals. What I mean by this is to choose your favorite item from every season and rank these items in a chart. You can see on the screen my chart of items that I really want. The first row is the items that I will not skip and will get if they are here. The second row are items that I am willing to skip if I don't have enough candles, and I am worried that maybe the next TS will bring an item that I really want and I'm not willing to skip it, and I don't want to be forced to skip it. So I will skip second row items if I don't have enough candles for them. But they are also the items that I will splurge on if I have more than enough candles for 2 TS. And the third row are the items that I will only get once I have everything in the first or second row. But if I have plenty of candles and I feel like splurging a little, I may buy some of them, even if I don't have everything from first or second row. These are my rules. You can set yours. You can be stricter or more lenient. My second tip is to not let the fear of missing out get to you. I know it's hard to see one of your most wanted items, maybe from the second or third row, be on a TS and everybody is wearing it and using it and you're not letting yourself get it. Or maybe it's not even one of your most wanted items, but it's an item that is really hyped by the fandom, or your friends really love it and all of them have it and you just feel like you really want it as well now because you don't want to miss out and you also want to share the fun with them and you also want to join them in having that item. But what you should really remind yourself of is your chart that you made of your favorite items in these moments when you feel like you are missing out. You will not be missing out on anything really. It's not something that you really wanted or set a goal to get, and it will come back, especially if it's a TS. It may be not next day, but it will come back in a month or 2 months or maybe 3 months, who knows. What matters is that you keep your mindset of having your goals in front of you and not letting yourself be influenced by the hype of others. Third tip is to set yourself goal numbers. What I mean with this is, let's say your goal is to reach 200 candles. The first goal you would set yourself is to, let's say, reach 25 candles. And when you do that, you should double your goal to reach 50 candles. And if you do that, you should maybe double it and say that you should reach 100 candles. And then the next 100 candles will come easily to you. And voila! You have reached your goal of 200 candles. And from here, you can apply this mindset and these goals to reach even higher numbers. From 200, you can go to 400. From 400, you can go to 800. And from 800, you can go above 1000. My fourth tip is to not be tempted by cheap things in the permanent constellation and in TSs that have cheap items to get. If these items are not on your goal list, you should really not get them. Even though they are cheap, those candles still mean a lot. I have made this mistake multiple times when I was bored and I just wanted to spend my candles on something. I would buy 1 or 2 masks or other stuff that is really cheap. Like, let's say the light seekers masks or belonging masks. They were not too much of a dent in my candles, something that I could make up for in one day, but I still somehow regretted it later because when I only had around 120 candles, it did come back to bite me in the butt. With a TS that I really wanted, and I had to do full candle runs for a few days just to be able to get it. Don't be like me, be better than me, and keep track of your candles and don't be tempted by cheap TSs or cheap things from the permanent constellation. My fifth tip is to get at least 15 candles a day. Basically to candle run 3 realms a day. Since the update, we don't really have to do full candle runs anymore, which I can really appreciate as someone who is still a student and still goes to school and spend half of my day at school. I really can't afford to spend hours on end playing in sky and candle running, so I really appreciate the update. My usual route is to go to Valley, Prairie, and then the candle boosted realm, and lastly the realm that has the dailies that I have to do. I don't really run there, I just do my dailies and then peace out. And if the candle boosted realm is either Valley or Prairie, I usually go to either Vault or the Hidden Forest, whichever I feel like. What is important is to keep a steady pace and to not forget about candle running. Of course, you can miss out 1 or 2 days of candle runs. Those will not hurt you as much, but it is not good to miss a full week of candle runs. For example, if you get 15 candles a day in a week, that is 105 candles already. And if you take into account that TSs are 2 weeks apart, that would get you 210 candles after each TS. And with that, you would be able to get every TS. Of course, this is if you do not heart trade at all. Speaking about heart trades, my 6th tip is to set yourself a limit of how much you are willing to heart trade in a day. When I'm really saving up for something and I'm really low on candles, I usually do not trade at all. Other times, I do 1 or 2 hard trades maximum depending on how much I farm. If I get around 15 candles, I will only trade once, and if I get more than 15, I will trade 2 times. I may trade more times depending on how much candles I have, but I really try not to cross my personal maximum amount of hard trades that I can do in a day. My 7th and last tip is to have an emergency stash of candles that you do not let yourself use unless it's an emergency. Let's say you had a really tough week at school or work and you did not have time to candle ramp up properly. For these times, you should have a candle stash reserve. I have about 100 candles that I do not let myself touch unless it's an emergency. Or there is something that is really expensive and I like both that thing and the TS that is coming. That is why I personally will not buy the sword pants until I can make sure that the TS is something that I do not want. I do not want to risk not getting the TS that I really want because of the sword pants. I rather wait a few more days. In my case, it's 8 more days, which means I can get plenty more of candles, like around over 100 more, so I will be in the safe zone for buying the sword pants. And if I get a TS that I really like, I can buy stuff from it. So it's a win-win situation for me. I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and if you have any more tips to share, please do so in the comments. Also, my last note is, to save up candles, you should make it fun for yourself. So you can set your own rules for yourself and make up your own ways and own methods to save up candles. These are only my methods, and maybe other people also do them. And I am really interested to see how you guys think and save candles and what are your guys' methods. Bye bye for now, and see you later. Literally, who the hell does this? 2 players just blatantly ignored when I was placing the table at the plant, and then they just went ahead and opened the grills on us while we were actively honking and burning the plant. Etiquette, guys. Etiquette. Don't release grills on people who are burning the plant.